Miami has gone through some personnel changes in February. Ike Austin, trade deadline day trade to the Los Angeles Clippers. Brent Barry came to Miami. Austin, a big loss for them. Mashburn's on the injured list, and so is Terry Mills.
Well, I think it does a couple things for Miami. They lose size for one. They lose another scoring threat down on the post, and their big guys are lowered, not as much depth. I don't think he wanted to make this trade, Pat Riley. I think he would love to have kept Austin, but knew he couldn't sign him. So this was more of a trade due to salaries than doing something that he wanted to do.
Brent Barry came the other direction. He is on the Miami roster, but he's injured. Getting a treatment for an ankle. They do expect him back shortly.
Yeah, and I think Brent Barry will help this team. I think he gives them more offensive punch. One thing Brent Barry can do, he can play the 2 spot and the 3 spot. Right now, they start Keith Askins and use Dan Marley at the 3 spot. I wouldn't be surprised if Brent Barry ended up playing the 3 spot for Miami.
Hardaway, Rashawn Leonard, Askins, Brown, and Mourning still on the floor for the Miami Heat. That one way off the mark, Keith Askins.
Right when it left his hands, you knew that wasn't going in.
Howard Isley has come on the floor now for Stockton for the Utah Jazz. Hornacek guarded by Leonard. Alonzo Mourning with the rebound of the miss. 2-point Miami lead, 17-15. Hardaway in the lane, got it.
And I tell you, right now, Miami is playing their game. Utah is not playing their game. They are getting into some sets, but this is Miami's pace, Miami's game so far.
4-point Miami lead. Isley goes baseline. Hardaway with the foul, makes contact. Stockton on the bench. That's the normal substitution pattern for Jerry Sloan. About 6 to go in the first quarter, and penalty still not in effect.
And what you see here, Tim Hardaway's going out because Pat Riley wants to rest him the same time that Stockton is being rested. Pretty smart play.
Eric Murdoch takes his place. Adam Keefe will throw it in for the Utah Jazz. Looks for Hornacek. Hornacek comes out to set the screen for Malone. Double team comes from Mourning. Into the corner, Antoine Carr takes the shot, too strong. Rebound Mourning.
And see, right now, the guys you want shooting the ball really aren't. Stockton has taken no shots, basically, and Malone hasn't touched the ball. If you're Miami, you're happy.
And they are up by 4. Dan Marley's also on the floor for Miami now. Came in with Murdoch. Here's Marley, number 9. Double team Isley on Mourning. He goes baseline, misses. P.J. Brown, offensive rebound, hit by Keefe and saved by Murdoch. But he was in no position to take the shot, right under the basket.
Alonzo Mourning is hurting. I don't know what happened, but he is hurting. Needs a timeout.
20-second timeout. Nope. He asked for it, wasn't granted.
I can't believe Miami's not using this timeout. This is only their franchise player down there injured.
And Malone goes over Mourning, who cannot move. Malone takes another one. Alonzo comes out, but he's hurting.
Well, now they're going to call it. They couldn't call it when Utah had the ball in possession. That's one thing. He wanted it before they took it out of bounds, and that's when they should have called it. I don't know what happened. I was watching that whole play, and he just came out of it limping. Those are the ones that scare you.
I believe Alonzo Mourning will be okay. It's what they call in the trade a knee banger.
Yeah, exactly, and you will see it here. And this is sometimes like a stinger. You'll see it with Antoine Carr right there, banged on the knee. And you can see the reaction right away. That's probably why he wears those knee pads, to avoid that. But let me tell you, if you bang knees with anybody, those knee pads don't do a lot of help.
Now they apply the ice immediately. And Alonzo Mourning will remain on the bench. Dwayne Coswell comes in to take his place. And let's check in with Scott Hastings.
Thanks, Vern. Over on the sideline, Ron Culp, the Miami Heat trainer, actually rubbed that cold spray all over Alonzo Mourning's knee, massaged it in, and then left an ice bag on it. As Doc just mentioned, it's just a bang in the knee. They expect him back in just a moment.
Okay, Doug. Coswell on. He gets the pass from Hardaway, or rather Rashawn Leonard. And here's Dan Marley for three.
And Dan Marley got that three out of habit. Miami goes to the post to Coswell, and they still trapped him. I'm surprised they trapped.
Right.
But by trapping, that gave Marley the three.
Miami 3 of 5 from three-point range tonight. Here's Antoine Carr. He's guarded by Coswell. Nice effort, but the shot won't fall. Saved by Malone. 2:42 to go in the first quarter of play. 5-point Miami lead. And the foul down low on Coswell.
Tell you what, right now, Utah, Jerry Sloan, Karl Malone, lots of guys are complaining about something. Not for sure what it is. I can tell you what I think it is, and that's the physical play of Miami, and they want calls on their end also.
Pat Riley team physical?
Yes, isn't that something?
2:30 to go. Foul away from the ball. And they picked up on Eric Murdoch, his first.
Well, what they're complaining about is that they're not allowing their guys to run their cuts. They're not allowing their guys to set picks. And what we talked about earlier today, that's the only way you can stop Utah. You have to get in their way. That's what Miami is trying to do. That was a foul because of that.
Isley goes to the free throw line. Coming up tomorrow night on TBS. Heck of a matchup. Los Angeles goes into Indianapolis to take on the Pacers. Friday night, they are at Minnesota, and then a week from tonight, Doc and I will be in Miami for a battle of the Sonics and the Miami Heat.
Nice games.
Yes. 22-19, 3-point Miami lead. Murdoch, Marley, Coswell, P.J. Brown, and Vashawn Leonard on the floor for the Heat. Here's Marley. Coswell off the rim. And Murdoch jump ball with Malone. Heck of an effort.
Great effort by Eric Murdoch. Surprised that he could hold on to the ball. That's a pretty strong effort. When you look at this, usually people who do this with Karl Malone lose. That was a tie.
That's a win.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Any bets on the jump ball?
I think win for Malone.
And Murdoch is holding his right wrist also.
Well, again, usually people don't come out with a win against Malone. Maybe he didn't.
Antoine Carr gets the tip from Malone into the hands of Isley. Nearing the 2-minute mark of the first quarter, 3-point Miami edge. Hornacek.
2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes.
Malone.
And it's a war right now over position. That's what this whole game is about so far. You'll watch the hold up here. P.J. Brown just holds on. That's what Jerry Sloan's been complaining about, that they've gotten away with thus far. 2 times in a row now it's been called.
First foul of the game on P.J. Brown. That sends Malone to the free throw line. One more.
Well, I tell you, you're looking at Pat Riley, and I can hear him from here yelling, and I can't tell you what he's saying, or he would be fine.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Or you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
2-point game, 22-20, 1:53 to go, first quarter. Murdoch picked up by Isley. Vashawn Leonard back to Murdoch. Leonard looks inside for Coswell, who comes out to set the pick. Murdoch, the three. Too strong. Hornacek goes up to get the rebound. At the other end, Malone, P.J. Brown wasn't.
Oh, wow. That was a great pass. Great pass.
Brown never saw it coming, and Hornacek knew Malone had leaked out.
And that's what you always teach kids. Always see the basketball. P.J. Brown didn't.
Runner, basket interference.
Yeah.
So the basket will count. Take a look at this pass.
Oh,
from
look at this
Hornacek.
pass. I mean, this is a great pass. But watch here. You'll see P.J. Brown never turn around. Horny saw that right away, throws the ball. Easy layup.
2-point edge for Miami, 24-22.
Old-time Celtic basketball.
Isley. Offensive foul called. Charge to Isley.
And due to the physical play so far, there's been no flow. That was a good call. That was an easy call.
Murdoch gets it from P.J. Brown. Final minute, first quarter of play. Miami up by 2. Carr pushed from behind by Coswell. Loose ball foul.
And basically, the first quarter has been a foul shooting contest.
His second. Alonzo Mourning continues to rest. And Brian Russell has made his first appearance in the ball game. He's on the floor now, number 3 for the Utah Jazz. Carr back at the free throw line.
See, I look at 42 seconds in the first quarter. I think Utah's pretty fortunate because I don't think they've played their game yet, and it's a tie score. So Jerry Sloan has to be pretty happy, or down by 1.
Carr misses the second. We've got under 40 to go. First quarter of play. Dan Marley guarded by Russell. Isley on Murdoch. That's for 3. Leonard got another one.
Man, he looks good. When it leaves his hand, it looks good.
11 points in the first quarter for Voshon Leonard. He's 3 of 3 from three-point range. Jazz will play for the final shot. Isley cuts in between, loses control of the basketball.
See, and that's 2 turnovers on Isley, something unusual. That's one thing Sloan is always concerned about is turnovers for his team, but they get it right back.
Voshon Leonard. (6-3) turnover, 6-5, beg your pardon. Here's Hornacek. In and out. So we have reached the end of 1, and Voshon Leonard lights it up for the Miami Heat. A total of 12 points, actually, on 4 of 4 from the field. And the Heat lead 27-23.
Welcome back. We rejoin this game in the second quarter. The Miami Heat have a 4-point advantage, and the team has improved since the recent trade.
Mike Austin goes to the Clippers on the trade deadline day, and the shots have been redistributed.
Yeah, and I think the guy who is most happy is Voshon Leonard. P.J. Brown is really, we haven't talked about him, he's really played well. Now, Keith Askins is getting 6 more shots, but he's taking the shots. He missed his first 2 shots badly tonight. That third one, didn't hesitate, took another one, and makes the 3. And I think that's important. That's what Riley wants.
Murdoch and Askins with 3 shots each tonight. Mourning with 7. Leonard, Hardaway follow. Adam Keith. Shot clock shows 9. Here's Greg Foster back on the floor. Takes the shot. The rebound in the hands of Mark Strickland for Miami. They lead by 4. Hardaway, Stockton guards him. Strickland is guarded by Adam Keith. Foster has P.J. Brown. From the corner, another. That's for 2. He was on the line. But the lead has gone up to 6 points now for Miami.
Miami is shooting the ball extremely well.
Anderson for Utah. Strickland gets the rebound. Marley.
It's amazing. You have to get up on Dan Marley and make him a driver.
The Jazz take a timeout.
9-point lead. Miami 7 of 11 on 3-pointers tonight. 44% overall, and they're up by 9.
Jerry Sloan very upset, as you can imagine, over here on this bench, actually challenging his team. And as Doc talked about a while ago, a very physical game. But Jerry Sloan says, we're not physical enough. We got to quit playing perimeter basketball and get it inside.
Yeah, and I agree. I think right now, Miami is giving Utah a physical beating.
And that's surprising.
It really is. It's especially when you factor in where they're at. They're in Utah.
Greg Foster having a chat. Adam Keefe inbounds to Foster. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Stockton. Little runner, puts it up, doesn't get the roll. Rebound, P.J. Brown. Askin saves it for Miami. A 9-0 Miami run. And it's been fuel for outside shooting. Here's Hardaway, guarded by Stockton.
Outside shooting coming from the inside.
Right.
They're forcing double teams.
Alley-oop, got it. Strickland got loose from Keefe. P.J. Brown found him. The lead, double digits for the first time.
And quiet in Utah. Unusual in this building.
Yeah, this is one of the more vociferous crowds in the NBA because they sit right on top of the court.
Boy, I tell you what, Jerry Sloan. I don't know if he's going to make it past his half. He has been working on the officials all game. And I think he's not really mad at the officials. I think he's mad at his players, and he's taking it out on the officials.
Illegal defense was called against Miami the first. Jerry Sloan continues his pleasant conversation over on the sideline. Miami on an 11-0 run. Vern Lundquist, Doc Rivers, and Scott Hastings from the Delta Center. Second meeting of the season between these two teams. Miami, the leader of the Atlantic Division, and the Utah Jazz atop the Midwest Division.
And right now it's one shot and out for Utah, and Miami shoots until they make it.
Hardaway guarded by Stockton. Strickland in the pick and roll got completely loose from Greg Foster.
Yeah, he took that dribble, and that cost him. He had a dunk, but he had to take the dribble.
Marley fires it up as the shot clock was expiring. And now Utah looks for something from Stockton, and they get it.
Leadership. You know, I always say big shots aren't the game winners. It's those shots that Stockton made. That play by Shannon Anderson was spurred on by that shot by John Stockton.
Stockton takes and makes the three, and then Anderson gets the steal and is fouled.
And that is a big shot. His team is struggling. They're struggling for offense. Stockton comes down, shoots a quick three, and makes it.
Shandon Anderson shoots 2. Alonzo Mourning back on for Mark Strickland now. And Vashawn Leonard also reports back to the court, and he replaced Keith Askins.
Yeah, smart move by Pat Riley. He senses that also. If Anderson makes this, that's a 5-point turnaround. Riley's going to get his guys back in because he wants to keep a lead going into halftime. He does not want to give Utah any energy going into halftime.
Anderson gets 2, a 5-0 run now. And it's back to a 6-point game at 45-39. 3.5 to go first half of play. Stockton guards Hardaway. The double team comes from Brian Russell. Underneath to Mourning, who was deep in the post. They kick it back outside to Leonard. But there was the shot created by the penetration at the other end. Anderson. No. Rebound for Sean Leonard.
Well, they go for the home run.
Hardaway nearing 3 minutes to go first half of play. Rashawn Leonard for 3. In and out. Malone, Anderson at the other end. Got 2 more.
I think he runs better than anyone in the NBA after his team gets the ball. Shannon Anderson is gone.
And Malone knew he was there. I mean, immediately.
Right away. And this run was started by John Stockton's shot.
Here's the last basket, the assist to number 32. The basket, Shandon Anderson. Good. Rashawn Leonard has had the big hand for Miami tonight.
Yeah, he's getting shots. And you remember at the beginning of last year, Rashawn Leonard was having a great year. They make the trade for Mashburn, take some of his shots away, and he has struggled ever since. Mashburn goes out with injury. Rashawn Leonard gets shots again, and he's making them again. Rashawn Leonard needs shots to have rhythm.
15 points on 5 of 7 overall, 4 of 5 from three-point land tonight. Nonetheless, it's a 7-0 Utah lead. Here's Mourning trying to put an end to that run, and he does.
Boy, he just gangster shots. I mean, that is amazing. He just took a shot.
Man-sized.
Yes.
Here's Mourning out on Stockton. And Malone has it. He's guarded by P.J. Brown. Plays him straight up. Little baby hook for Karl Malone.
Who really hasn't been in the offense. He has points, but I don't think he's really been involved yet.
15 points for Malone tonight.
And that's scary. 15 points, and he hasn't been involved.
That's right. 2 minutes to go before halftime. P.J. Brown. Stockton comes to the double team on the dribble. Marley, scoop shot, good. Back to 6-point edge, 1:45 to go before the break. Hornacek, Stockton, Brian Russell, Shandon Anderson, and Karl Malone for the Utah Jazz. Stockton and Malone. That one too strong. Hardaway gets on the springboard and grabs the rebound.
I think Brian Russell on that one was looking for the line instead of just shooting the ball, something Sloan talked about. When he just shoots the ball, he makes it. When he looks for the line, he misses.
Steal, Shandon Anderson.
Every time you see him play, he does something good.
That was good.
That was real good.
1 minute to go. 9 break points for Utah, only 2 for Miami tonight. There was Hornacek coming over to help out defensively, help force the miss, but the offensive board, Leonard spots the opening and takes it, and a loose ball foul is called against Miami's P.J. Brown. Watch Shandon Anderson.
Just runs hard, plays defense, runs the court, and he makes things happen that are good for your team. Gary Sloan has gone really small, and that small lineup has given his team some energy. He started out big. The big guys were not matching Miami's force. So what Sloan has done, he said, well, we're going to go small. Smart move by Jerry Sloan.
Shandon Anderson in his second year out of Georgia. And has been a spark plug. The biggest shot, though, in this Utah turnaround has been a three-pointer by John Stockton.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I heard a young fan a while ago say, where's Cheryl Miller? I can tell her. Cheryl Miller's in our Atlanta studio. She joins Ernie Johnson for the halftime report. They'll have scores and highlights on this 7-game night in the NBA. P.J. Brown for Miami. Back to a 4-point margin at the 32nd mark. Stockton. Brian Russell. Rebound Mourning.
In no way was that shot going in. He was off balance, floating, when he caught the ball.
Did I hear you groan?
Yes.
And the Heat will play for the final shot. They led by as many as 11. Utah has a foul to give. Hardaway penetrates. Was in the act of shooting.
Yeah, Utah did know that they had a foul to give, I tell you that.
Just pick up their first team foul in the 2-minute period. Tim Hardaway will shoot 2.
Hardaway goes to the line and shoots 2. Keith Askins getting ready to come back on for Pat Riley. Hardaway gets the first. Askins from Mourning. 4.2 seconds to go, first half. Hardaway gets them both, and the lead is back to 6. Inbounds to Stockton. Yes!
Oh, my. And the mistake was that he caught the inbounds pass at half court. Look at the pass. That's too easy. And that's why he gets this shot. And the shot's not easy.
Well, this shot might make a few highlight shows
Yes.
tonight. Stockton's three-pointer cuts the margin to 3 at the half. Miami leads it.
Outside corner G and redeem it for a
.53-50 is the score right now. Miami did lead at one point by 11 points. Vern Lundquist along with Doc Rivers. A couple of big John Stockton three-pointers shaved that lead at halftime. But really, the three-point game tonight belongs to the Miami Heat.
Well, that's something that Utah has struggled in all year. They love defending the paint. And take a look at right here. Look how far they have to come. They love fighting off in the paint. When what they do, they give up threes. They have to run so far. Look at this run by Jeff Hornacek. That's a long way, especially with the other pick. They're getting three-pointers, Miami. But we have to remember, Pat Riley said, when he looks at the stat sheet at halftime, if they have 15 three-pointers, that concerns him because they're shooting too many. They have 15 three-point attempts right now.
You felt at one point that Miami was out-muscling Utah. Did you at the latter stages of the first half?
No, actually, I thought Miami got away from it and fell in love with the three-point shot. And I guarantee you that's exactly what Pat Riley told them at halftime.
Speaking of muscle men, let's check in with Scott Hastings.
Wow.
Now I'm a muscle man. I got my shot blocked in practice by Antoine Carter. Talked in the first half. He talked to both coaching staffs. Miami's, you're talking about, Doc, 7 for 15. They know they're not going to get that many threes. Don't want to take that many threes, but they think it's going to open up the inside game in the second half. They also don't want to get so many unforced turnovers. As far as Utah goes, they want to play smart. This is a smart basketball team. The coach said that they were wrestling people the first half instead of moving their bodies, getting in position. And both teams need the benches to play big in the second half. Guys?
Well, that's funny. That's what Sloan said. He said, I don't mind fighting them, but I want to keep our composure. I don't think they did that early. They did late.
Both teams hitting 44% from the field. The fast break edge goes to Utah 9-2 at this point.
Yeah, and that happened when they went small in the second quarter. I don't think Utah ran at all in the beginning of the game. They did look better when they ran the basketball.
And we get set for the second half now. Pat Riley's team has won 7 in succession on the road. From three-point range tonight, 4 of 6 for Vashawn Leonard. Marley 2 of 3. Askins has hit 1 of his 3. Murdoch and Hardaway yet to connect. John Stockton, though, with a big three-pointer at the end of the first half, but none bigger than the one he can to stop an 11-0 run.
Yeah, smart play, and that's what he does. I think the beginning of this half, Miami needs to establish the physical play again. Utah has to run their sets, and they're off to running right away. That was a crisp offensive set. That's what Sloan wants.
Jeff Hornacek cuts the lead to 1, 53-52. And we'll check those on the floor now. P.J. Brown, Tim Hardaway. Here's Keith Askins, Alonzo Mourning, and Vashawn Leonard. And they're going to get Vashawn Leonard pushing off.
Unforced turnover. Exactly what Pat Riley said we don't need, and they get it right away.
A chance for Utah to claim the lead for the first time since they were down by 11. Here's Hornacek. He finds John Stockton. Stockton to Malone. Keith cutting. He was trailed by Askins, who got a hand there. It was saved, and here's Foster with the jumper. Utah leads.
I know this is early, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pat Riley didn't call a quick timeout. I think Utah right now is starting to get into a flow.
P.J. Brown, the back cut from Hardaway.
That'll stop the flow. Layups like that.
It's a pretty good tourniquet.
Yes, it is. But Utah is starting to establish their offense, and you can sense it.
Foster didn't play much in the first half, picked up 2 quick fouls. Nice pass by Malone to Hornacek. And a better shot. 22nd timeout, Miami.
He saw it. I can see it, and I know Pat Riley can see it. And that's what he's saying. He said, guys, they're cutting. You're not stopping them from running their cuts like you did in the first half.
Let's take a look at the Miami backdoor cut first.
Well, this is just a great cut. you'll see P.J. Brown pop up to the basketball. Trying to overplay Tim Hardaway is not a good thing. That's how he gets the layup.
Then at the other end, it was Malone who found Hornacek, and a very difficult baseline jumper from Hornacek.
Well, 3 straight times Utah ran their offense and scored. Pat Riley saw that and called a timeout. Smart timeout.
Last 4 minutes and 15 seconds since Malone came back on the court after a rest. The Jazz have outscored Miami by 12. 1 point Utah lead. Leonard looks for the pass from Hardaway. Now P.J. Brown peers underneath. Now Mourning, good position in the post. But it's stripped by Stockton.
Deflection strip, Utah.
Hornacek. Stockton with that patented reach-in technique. Here's Stockton. Penetration, kicks it back out to Malone. Little weave. Hornacek fires from long range and misses. Askins for Miami.
They were looking for Jeff Hornacek because he had made 2. They felt he's on a flow, give him the ball. Smart basketball.
Again, Mourning establishes his low post position. Hardaway with the jumper for 3. Nope. Askins fights for the rebound, but it slips into the hands of Foster. Stockton, Malone. Three-point Utah lead.
Miami better be careful because it can change quickly in this building, and you can sense it right now.
Largest lead of the night for the Utah Jazz. They trail by as many as 11 in the second quarter. Askins looks in for Mourning, settles for Hardaway instead. Here's P.J. Brown. Malone goes for the steal. P.J. Brown has to foul him to prevent the breakaway.
See, and I'm Riley. I'll use another timeout because you can sense this. If Utah scores again, I wouldn't be surprised. You can see him thinking about it. He's thinking about right now when to call it if they keep playing the way they're playing.
10 Miami turnovers haven't helped the cause. Utah has turned it over only 4 times tonight. Hornacek, nice pump fake, finds Foster, who can't find the basket. P.J. Brown for Miami. 3-point Utah lead. This time they front Mourning. Foster underneath is going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, but good going into Alonzo Mourning. That's what they got away from in the second half, or second quarter, going right into him. Something Sloan does not like doing is fronting because you give up things like this. Shots or fouls.
And a moment ago, watch Stockton with the strip.
Boy, that's all ball. That's pretty good.
Mourning shoots 2 free throws. One of 2 at the line, and the lead is 2, 58-56 with 8:45 to go in the third quarter. John Stockton. Here's Hornacek off the pick from Foster, and the return pass to Greg Foster. Can't get it to fall.
Yeah, great help by P.J. Brown getting there. And Alonzo Mourning was also there.
Hardaway for 3. Nope. Loose ball on the floor. Hornacek saves it for Stockton. And here comes Utah. They lead by 2. Foster, nobody there.
Yeah. This is timeout. And you can see it. Riley waited. He wanted to see when they were going to score. And when he saw them score, he said, I'm calling a timeout because we can get blown out of here quickly.
Let's take a look at Miami's defensive effort a moment ago.
I want you to watch P.J. Brown right here fighting off Karl Malone. First he's fighting, and then watch him get from point A to point B. Great help defense, forcing Foster into a tough shot. That's what Miami's all about. They play great team defense.
Unfortunately, the next time down, he wasn't able to get there.
No.
And Foster canned one. That forced the Miami timeout. Here's Mourning in the post, guarded by Foster. Foster with 3 fouls. Here's Mourning outside to Marley. Deshaun Leonard for 3. Big basket for Miami.
Big basket and smart play by Pat Riley. Get it inside, force them to trap, and then look for the three.
That's 5 3-pointers for Vashawn Leonard tonight. And it cuts the lead to 1. At the other end, Foster tries to save the missed shot. It's out of bounds. Miami has it.
As big as that shot that John Stockton made in the first half, that shot by Vashawn Leonard is as big for Miami thus far in this game. Boy, they just leave him.
Yeah.
I think he can shoot.
There's a rumor to that effect around the league.
Leave someone else.
Here's Leonard, guarded by Hornacek. Underneath, Mourning was really deep in the post.
There was no help coming on that one.
And Miami back on top, 61-60.
And Foster's thinking, what do I do? Do I foul him? I already have 2. I can get back out of the game. That's what he should have done.
Malone out on the perimeter to Hornacek. Now Stockton. Here's Karl Malone. P.J. Brown plays him. John Stockton and Hardaway renew their battle. Good defensive job. No foul call. Mourning went up and made the block. Here's Leonard with a spin move, and he finds an unsuspecting P.J. Brown.
Yeah, Leonard got open because of his jump shot. Everyone ran out to him. He was able to drive. Look at the position by Alonzo Mourning. When you get positioned like this, you're going to score. Look at that. Wow.
P.J. Brown at the free throw line. Shoots one more. Now there's a fan who's got a doll of some sort. Yeah, there we are.
You know, I saw that earlier when Alonzo was shooting, and I was wondering when they were going to do something because he was throwing it up right behind the backboard.
Well, and there was a T-shirt with some lettering on it. I didn't read it all, but I saw the last part.
Wasn't good.
No, this is a family sport.
It's a family city.
Tis. 63-60. Foster for 3. Tipped and out of bounds. Off of Mourning, it'll be Utah ball.
Now, I know Sloan was not happy with that shot.
Stockton, Hardaway, good defense. Malone. Adam Keefe gets position and fights for it and complains that he was held.
He was.
I thought so.
Wow. He was held and pushed.
Marley did a pretty good job on it. 6:10 to go, third quarter. Stockton, Foster touch pass. Beauty, but they can't get it down. Offensive board, Foster. Off the board, and here comes Miami. Vashawn Leonard, guarded by Hornacek. There's Marley for 3. P.J. Brown, an offensive board.
It's amazing how quickly tempo changes. I think it's a Miami game again. This has been a wonderful basketball game.
Stockton has Hardaway. 5.5 to go, third quarter. That one thrown into the stands, but deflected by Adam Keefe.
7 seconds.
Look at Hornacek right here. Cuts off Vashawn Leonard. But what this gives them is a wide open 3. That's what Riley wants. Attack the basket and throw it out. Good defense by Utah getting out there on Dan Marley.
5 on the shot clock. Stockton rests. Here's Vashawn Leonard over Hornacek for 2.
He's having a game. It's amazing what confidence can do for a player.
20 points for Vashawn Leonard, a 5-point Miami lead. They looked on the ropes until Vashawn Leonard hit that timeout, that three-pointer out of the Pat Riley called timeout. Underneath, this one won't go. Rebound Mourning.
And this
Foul is called on Alonzo Mourning.
But it's amazing. I thought at the beginning of this third quarter, Utah came out and they were starting to dictate how the game was going to be. Pat Riley used those 2 quick timeouts, got his guys together, and now Miami is playing their game again. They're physical again, and they're exerting their will on Utah.
Here's Hornacek. Quick move down the lane. Shot no. Out of bounds off the Heat. I can't believe Mourning and Riley are both smiling.
Yeah, because those are things you just can't avoid, plays like that.
Inbound pass, Hornacek. Foster will not take the shot because Mourning and Marley got out on him. 4:45 to go, third quarter of play. Here's Foster again. Drives, puts it up. Got the scoop shot left-handed.
But you know what? You're not upset if you're Miami. Foster has taken 5 shots already in this third quarter, and I don't know how good that is for Utah. That means Karl Malone, Hornacek, and Stockton aren't shooting the ball.
Here's Marley for 3. Nope. P.J. Brown, offensive board, and a jumper.
P.J. Brown for 2.
Isley, who's in for Stockton, brings it across the midcourt line. 5-point Miami lead, 4:05 to go, third quarter. Malone, offensive board to Isley.
This game is starting to look like the first half again. And Utah is starting to rush shots again due to Miami's defensive pressure.
That one out of bounds, and it'll go Miami's way.
And now it's Miami doing the stripping. It's Miami doing the physical play and the hard play, and that was a good call.
P.J. Brown puts it in the hands of Eric Murdoch, who's come on the floor. It's Murdoch and Brown, along with Marley, Vashon Leonard, and Alonzo Mourning. P.J. Brown, he's hit 2 in a row. And the lead is 7.
No more running for Utah. It's tough to run, though, when you're taking the ball out of bounds.
Hornacek, Malone has missed his last 5 shots. Kicks it outside to Keith. Pump fake to get Marley in the air, and he misses again.
But again, not Karl Malone. He's not involved. Pat Riley is double teaming, something he usually does not do.
The Jazz have missed 8 out of their last 9 shots. Here's Marley. Mourning. Murdoch for 3. Yes.
We're taking timeout. Charge to the gym.
The lead is 10. Miami has fought back with a vengeance. Chicago playing great right now. They have a 2.5 game edge over Indiana, but Miami only 4 back.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway said something interesting. He said, let everybody talk about Chicago, Indiana. He said, teams are even talking about New Jersey before they talk about Miami. He said, keep talking. We will be there. The way they're playing, I kind of believe it.
Well, you made the point to me. This is as good as you've ever seen them play.
Ever. This is the best Miami team that I've ever seen. This is the best I've ever seen them play. They are playing great basketball, offensively and defensively, and I think it's offense. They've always been good defense, but everyone is involved now in their offense. They're dangerous.
Meanwhile, Utah leading the league in field goal percentage, but shooting poorly tonight. They're hitting only 40% of their shots. They won in San Antonio on Saturday night. That's 6 straight misses for Malone.
They're bothering Karl Malone, and P.J. Brown has really done it a lot by himself, though they are double teaming him.
Here's Murdoch backing in on Isley. And P.J. Brown. Malone guards him. That one's out of bounds. Malone touched it last.
I mean, I think of all the guys who have taken quick shots tonight, it's been Karl Malone. He's taken shots that you usually don't see him take.
I mentioned that Utah win at San Antonio. They won by 2, but they hit only 39% from the field in that game. Here's Murdoch, unchallenged.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now they're attacking the basket. What Riley said, we're going to make threes. Eventually, they'll try to guard the three-point line, and then we'll get layups.
This is an 18-2 run. It came after a Pat Riley timeout. It was called, and Miami was up by 4. That runner cuts the lead to 10.
I want to find out what he said in that timeout. Had to be pretty good.
Well, you should know.
Yeah, I guess I should.
Language family-oriented?
That's most of the time with Pat Riley. He said you're going to walk back.
This one out of bounds, and it'll be Miami ball. Now, Scott was eavesdropping on that huddle. Scott?
I do my best, Vern. I tell you what, Pat Riley really excited about the way his team was defending Karl Malone. He said you got to continue to keep him off the free throw line and let him take all the jumpers he wants. He's not going to hurt us from the outside or fading away from the basket.
Yeah, he's right, too.
There's a steal. Isley. P.J. Brown gets back with Marley. The pass goes left for Brian Russell, and Murdoch got there to take it away.
But P.J. Brown outran Howard Isley. P.J. Brown is having a great game.
Here's Marley, calls for P.J. Brown. And Alonzo Mourning guarded now by Antoine Carr. Foul is called on Antoine Carr.
Look at the transition D. Look at Murdoch. First look at PJ, and then look how far that Murdoch comes. You keep running. You keep yourself involved in the play. That's what Murdoch did.
Tim Hardaway getting ready to come back on for the Miami Heat. And William Cunningham checks in for Karl Malone.
Yeah, Miami's playing so well, you don't notice when their star guys are off the court right now. Hardaway was off the court, and we didn't even notice it because they're playing so well.
Right. Deshaun Leonard sits down now. There's another steal by Hornacek and Isley. Isley looks for Brian Russell. Hardaway's back. Isley takes the shot and makes it.
3 unforced turnovers in a row for Miami.
The lead 8. Largest lead of the game was 12. The Heat had an 11-point lead at one point in the second quarter. Largest Utah lead tonight, 4. Hardaway!
In and out. It's happening all game. Sloan knew what he was talking about when he said this morning, I'm really worried about their threes.
10 of 22 from three-point range tonight for the Miami Heat. Here's Isley. They kick it out to Russell. He goes by Marley. Strong move to the basket. And a foul call. Brian Russell will go to the free throw line. P.J. Brown picks up the foul.
Miami averages 19 three-pointers a game. So they're second in the league. They do shoot three-pointers. This is not unusual.
That's the 4th foul on P.J. Brown. And Riley makes a move. Now coming up tomorrow night, a much anticipated meeting between the Lakers and the Indiana Pacers. On Friday night, Lakers at Minnesota, and then a week from tonight, Seattle goes down to Miami. Doc and I will be in Miami for that one.
Well, the Lakers are struggling right now. They have not played well since the All-Star break. Nick Van Exel out with the knee, maybe out with surgery, and that's going to hurt them.
Russell unsuccessful at the free throw line. The lead 10, final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Hardaway with Isley. Into the hands of Brian Russell at the bell. Or the buzzer if you prefer. Deshaun Leonard has helped propel the Miami Heat from a 4-point deficit to a 10-point lead. 20-point night, most of them from downtown. And they need a little better landing than that.
Is that freeboarding?
That's snowboarding. That's half pipe.
Yeah, exactly. Is that what that is?
Oh, that's a picture of Mike Burks, our producer, and me. Both of us just returned from Japan. But we shall persevere. Miami 0 for 12 when trailing after 3 quarters this season. Underneath the block from Malone, or Carr rather. But then the putback is good for Strickland. And the lead is 12.
I tell you, it's amazing watching how this game quickly turned around. First in the first half on a Stockton shot, and in the second half on a Leonard shot.
Deshaun Leonard came out of a timeout and hit a big 3. In front Carr, Mourning does. They kick it back outside to Shandon Anderson, who's on the floor now. That jumper no good. Tipped out and saved by Isley. But Utah needs an offensive spark. Malone is resting now, but he's gotten only 2 points and no rebounds in this half.
And 1 assist. Usually he's doing one or the other.
Cunningham with the slam for Utah. The lead is 10. The Miami Heat trying to go for their 8th win in a row on the road.
And this would obviously be the biggest one.
That three-point effort off the mark for Hardaway, cleared by Shandon Anderson. Yeah, it's awfully difficult for road teams to come in here and win. It's happened only 4 times this year. Isley. Nope. Tip is good. Brian Russell.
Well, in the first half, when Jerry Sloan went to a smaller lineup, Utah made a run. Right now, he's a small lineup, all reserves on the floor, and they're making another run.
Lead cut to 8. Murdoch with the penetration and Carr with the foul.
Jazz personal charge to the big dog, Antoine, with number 4, be the first Jazz team foul.
Eric Murdoch goes to the free throw line.
He's been a nice pickup for Miami, Eric Murdoch. And look at the bench there. You know, Sloan right now is biding time. He's trying to find out if this unit can give him some points, cut into the lead. If they don't, he'll go right back with the starters.
And let's check in with Scott Hastings.
Vern, reason some of these guys might be in the game at this moment, Jerry Sloan at the quarter break was saying we're in a passing game, and yet I thought that means we're supposed to pass and move without the ball. Really disappointed in the starters, the way they were competing. Also upset defensively. He said we were getting good traps, but we're getting poor rotations, and that's why Jerry Sloan's upset. That's why the bench guys are playing right now.
Well, it's funny. Today I'm watching them in shoot-around, and they had to go over that rotation 3 times before they got it right, and Sloan was upset I'm in shoot-around. So it's still happening.
Anderson with the entry pass to Carr, pump fake, and Antoine Carr will go to the free throw line. Good effort from Carr.
You want to see a swarming defense? Watch when Antoine Carr gets the basketball. They will come after you. They should.
Carr with 3 blocks and 4 fouls tonight. He shoots 2, gets 1.
I think he's had a nice game for Utah. I thought he did the best job on Alonzo Mourning when he was on him in the first half.
Karl Malone back on the floor, but only 1 of 7 in this half with no rebounds and 1 assist.
You know, when is the last time we've done a Miami game and have not talked about foul trouble for Alonzo Mourning?
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, and that's what they said he's been doing differently.
He has 2 tonight. Hardaway. Malone goes for the steal. Coswell with the jumper. Nope. Rebound Isley. Utah will run. Murdoch trails. Isley. Oh, beauty. He spotted Brian Russell. It was a terrific play by Isley.
Jerry Sloan is getting exactly what he wants from his bench, and it's being spurred on by Howard Isley. He's been terrific.
Lead is cut to 7. Three-pointer won't go. Tipped. Saved by Miami. Mark Strickland has it. Back to Hardaway. Under 9 to go. Hardaway defended by Brian Russell. Goes baseline. Malone got a hand on it. Murdoch saves it and puts it in.
Nice break for Miami because Hardaway had thrown that ball away.
Back to a 9-point margin now. 8.5 to go in the game. Watch the play by Murdoch.
You know what he's doing? First of all, the pass was gone. And then Murdoch gets it and drives. And that's what he's been doing in the second half, attacking the basket.
John Stockton back in for Isley, and Pat Riley sends Alonzo Mourning back on the floor.
Tim Hardaway went out with some problem also.
So it's Askins, Marley, Mourning, Murdoch, and P.J. Brown, or Coswell rather. There's a steal from Marley. Murdoch gets it back from Marley, finds Mourning. He's guarded by Carr. Double team comes from Shandon Anderson. That leaves Marley open.
I tell you what, he was actually guarded, and Keith Askins was open. Marley was going to take that shot because he felt it.
And it's back to a 12-point lead on the 10th three-pointer tonight for Miami. Malone goes to the free throw line. Carswell with the foul. Miami Heat going after their 8th consecutive win in a row, their 7th in a row since the All-Star. They went 1-1 to start the All-Star postseason break. And they are up by 12 at 86-74 with Malone shooting free throws.
And they're just looking good. You know, right now you look at flows and you say, can this team come back or can't they? They are in Utah, but right now Miami is dominating this game physically.
Malone misses the first, shoots one more.
Get up!
Both of them. Utah, one of its last 5 at the free throw line. 7:45 to go. Stockton guards Murdoch. Askins to Marley. Alonzo Mourning loses it. Turnover, Miami.
And the only bright spot for Utah, I think Antoine Carr is the only one on Utah who's been as physical as Miami.
Stockton, Russell, Malone, and Shannon Anderson on the floor with Carr. Russell, it will not go. Rebound, Malone, tipped underneath by Alonzo Mourning. And the lead remains at 12. Murdoch guarded by Stockton. Eric Murdoch, too strong.
He's going to the basket.
Here's John Stockton for Utah. Murdoch back defensively. Stockton goes in the lane, taken away. Murdoch and Marley. Marley guarded by Carr. Puts it up, gets it.
Oh, my. See, it's a big difference. John Stockton went to the paint to try to get fouled, didn't get it, and Dan Marley attacked the basket. It's a big difference in the way these two teams are playing.
Marley on the break. Gets the basket. He'll shoot a free throw when we come back. 46-18. They still lead tonight, but that domination has been cut.
And to me, this last 2 plays sums up the game. Stockton drives looking for a foul, doesn't get it. And look at the other end. Dan Marley drives, and he gets a foul.
And Marley completes the three-point play. Largest lead of the night now, 15 points. With 6:45 to go in regulation. Stockton. Pick and roll with Brian Russell. Good job defensively by Murdoch. There's the cut from Shannon Anderson.
They're going to need a lot of big plays like that.
Yep.
But it's going to be defense for Utah that'll put them back in this game if they can get back in it.
Marley. Off the glass.
Boy, he's feeling it too. You know, they've had guys in streaks tonight who have gotten into a rhythm.
Dan Marley with 16 points off the bench tonight for Miami. Here's Hornacek. Count the basket. Haskins the foul.
One thing about a veteran basketball team, Vern, is they don't panic. If this was a young team, if Utah was a young team, this game is over with. Because they're a veteran team, you can't count them out.
Tim Hardaway back on the floor now, replacing Keith Haskins. And let's check in with Scott Hastings.
Yeah, Vern, he had to go out of the game, as Ron Culp called it, was turf toe. He kind of had his toe bend back underneath him, took the shoe off, they rubbed it down a little bit. It's going to be tough to plant on that left foot, but imagine, Vern, if he were ice skating, how tough it would be.
You can't do the triple toe loop.
No.
It's really tough, Scott.
I tell you what, I've had that, and that affects you more than any other injury, having that toe while you're trying to play basketball.
91-79. P.J. Brown with the pump fake, gets Russell in the air. And Mourning has it slapped away. Here's Hornacek to Russell. Underneath to Shannon Anderson, and the blocking foul is going to be called on P.J. Brown.
Boy, Shannon Anderson only has one gear, and that is full throttle. I mean, he just goes after it. 5 fouls on P.J. Brown. Big, big play. And look at Shannon Anderson. He just attacks. P.J. Brown got that call because he flopped. You know, made the ref call it.
5:40 to go, no move by Pat Riley. To his bench, here's the entry pass underneath and 2 more. Karl Malone gets the basket and the lead is 10. But the time is a-wasting. Feet get tangled up and John Stockton gets called for tripping.
Because he did. I don't know if the feet got tangled up or if John Stockton just tripped him.
Now you sound like a guy who's played against John Stockton a couple times.
I tell you what, he tried to draw a foul, and he might have had a good case because he got a pretty good bump right here. And you can see it. But after that, that's pretty good on John Stockton.
Time is called. Miami guards tonight.
Inside and out, but look at the drive. 13 drives, 9 two-point jumpers, and 16 three-pointers. And some of those three-pointers have come off one guard driving, throwing it to the other one standing out by the three-point line.
Hardaway and Murdoch on the floor for Miami now with Mourning, Marley, and P.J. Brown. Foul called on John Stockton.
Well, that was late. I think it was a good call, though, so I don't mind that. But it was a late call.
Jerry Sloan and Phil Johnson minded it, and so did John Stockton. Now Jerry's up. Here's Hardaway. Stockton slaps at him. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Alonzo Mourning put him on the deck. Now, I see you. You're thinking flop.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Was it a flop?
I think it was awful close. You know what? I don't know what Alonzo did wrong. I guess he stuck it out a little bit, and that's illegal. You can't do that.
Now
that's a great flop. He's the best, Stockton.
That's not what I've heard, Doc.
Now he's the best.
Hornacek for 3.
Veteran teams.
7-point lead. Mourning in the low post, guarded by Malone. And Malone fouls it.
You knew that Karl Malone was going to guard Alonzo at some point, and I think he has him for the rest of the game. But that's one guy that Alonzo can't just move.
Mourning 5 of 7 at the free throw line tonight.
Now, these are big ones.
One of 2, the lead is 8. 4:41 to go.
Yeah, it's a game again. I mean, they're right back in it.
Stockton, Malone, Hornacek, Brian Russell, and Shandon Anderson on the floor for Utah. Nice pass into the corner to Malone. That was a beauty.
Running their offense again. It's amazing. Right when they get into their flow offensively, they're back in the game.
And so is the crowd.
Yes.
Malone has Mourning. Murdoch penetrates. Puts it right in the hands of Hornacek. Shandon Anderson is the left side. Marley. Clean block, no foul.
What a play.
Dan Marley.
Oh.
Hand on the shot clock. Brown comes with the screen. Hardaway finds Mourning underneath. Malone. No call. Here comes Stockton. In and out. Hardaway with a rebound.
Boy, you knew he was shooting it. You knew right when he grabbed it. I thought he was going to shoot the 3, actually.
Hardaway walks it up. 3:20 to go in regulation. Marley knocked out of bounds by Shandon Anderson. Foul on Anderson. Watch the Miami turnover caused by pressure.
Caused by pressure and hustle. Hornacek had that the whole way, but Marley played this perfect. He took the pass away, to Shannon Anderson and then got back in the play. Smart play by Dan Marley. That was a 2-on-1. He took it away, the pass to Shannon Anderson, and then got his body in front of Jeff Hornacek. That's a great play.
Dan Marley gets the first 17 points for Marley tonight. The lead is back to 8. Stockton picked up by Hardaway. Mourning has Malone. They work the pick and roll. Malone gets it back. Goes strong.
Boy, that is a strong move. And Karl Malone wants a foul.
Stockton, Hardaway.
Yep, he did it. That was clear. And all game, Alonzo Mourning has played smart. 2 times in a row in the last 3 possessions, he has not. This is not a smart play. You can see it.
He moved the hip to the left. Stockton works in the corner. Russell. Hornacek. Didn't get the roll. Battle for the rebound. Put back Shannon Anderson, but it was waved off. Foul called before the basket.
Wow. It's getting to the point you don't know when they're going to call it and when they're not. Because I thought that whole series was a foul. Before that, I thought P.J. Brown pushed off. That was a wild series. Let's take a look. I don't blow the whistle on that one, Bird.
The foul was called on Hornacek.
See, he didn't have control of the ball. And, you know, the ref who called it was blocked out, so he really couldn't see that. And to him, it looked like he did, and that's why he called it.
Jerry Sloan is still chatting about it.
The funniest thing Sloan said today is, I don't coach the way I used to play.
Back to an 8-point margin, 2.5 to go. Stockton. Brian Russell back to Stockton. Pick and roll. Malone underneath. Got it. Foul by P.J. Brown. Brown's gone.
Boy, that's a big play and a tough call. I would not want to have to make this call in this situation, in this arena. The key was he there? Because he got there quickly. You know what? His foot was in the dotted line, though. His back of his foot, I think he was there. But the back of his foot looked like it was inside the dotted line, and so you have to give the foul to P.J. Brown or have a no call. But boy, was it close.
Malone shoots one, Brown out. Malone 5 of 8 at the free throw line tonight.
Rebound.
5-point lead for the Miami Heat. Brown on the bench. Replaced by Keith Askins. Stockton picks up Hardaway. Here's Marshawn Leonard, looks inside for Mourning. Under 2 now. Oh my goodness.
Power move.
Mourning's basket gives Miami a 7-point edge. Leonard fouls Brian Russell.
You know, Pat Riley's doing something interesting here. I mean, first look at this. This is the power move by Alonzo. You know, we talked about gangstering the basket. He did it again. He made Karl Malone back up on his heels. And I was saying, Pat Riley is doing something interesting. Whenever Stockton has the ball, he's calling for a double team. He's trying to get the ball out of Stockton's hands and make someone else on Utah run the offense, get the ball to Malone and beat them. I think that is really smart.
Saw that. Well, 1 of 2 at the line for Brian Russell, but this one's out of bounds off Marley. Malone will throw it in. Hornacek got loose.
Oh, my. 2 seconds on the shot.
Lead is 4.
It took them 2 seconds to run that play.
Mourning guarded by Malone again. Stockton comes with a late double team. Mourning has it knocked out of bounds by Malone. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
I mean, look at this play. Look at the curl. First, he gets bumped off by Russell. Askins does not help until it was too late.
Miami has called timeout. It comes with 1:24 remaining. You've got to go back more than 4 years. The last time Miami won here at the Delta Center, it was January 7th of '94. Ronnie Cycli, a part of the Heat team then. Glenn Rice had a big, big night. 27 points to lead the Heat to a 110-104 victory. Their last victory here. Pat Riley is in his 3rd season with the Heat. He's yet to defeat the Utah Jazz, home or away. And the Utah Jazz trailed by 4 now with 1:24 to go in regulation. Well, this was worth coming back from Japan for.
This is quite good.
Hardaway will throw it in. 4 on the shot clock. Marley for 3. Rebound Russell. Stockton has it. Hardaway picks him up. Here they come with a double. Russell's open. No. Askins saves it for Miami, then throws it away, and we get a visit from Brian Russell.
Now, you know what's interesting about that? Keith Askins threw the ball in because he was pushed out of bounds. Now, watch this. Keith Askins was out of bounds. Same time on this one, Russell's going out of bounds. And they get the call on that one. But I thought that there was a push.
Lead is 3.
This is an incredible turnaround and comeback.
The lead is 2. A 20-7 run by the Utah Jazz.
Unbelievable.
1 minute to go. Mourning. Hardaway. Yes!
Oh, my.
Oh, baby!
He's unbelievable. I was just thinking he hasn't shot the ball since he's come back into the game.
Here's the pick and roll. Mourning now on Stockton. Stockton hands it for 3.
Wow.
A 2-point game, 35 to go. Hardaway walks it up. Back to Mourning with a jumper from 18. Yes.
I tell you what. Oh, my.
The pick and roll. Alonzo Mourning gets open. Takes the jumper from just inside the top of the key. Time called. We have just seen 3 enormous plays, Doc. The first by Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, once again, Utah caught defending the middle. Hardaway, big shot. Now watch this next one, Stockton, the pick and roll. Watch what Alonzo Mourning does. You cannot leave the ball, especially Stockton, and that's exactly what he did. Big, big comeback, but here is redemption. Pick and roll. Mourning, jumper. 3 big plays.
So we have a Miami lead of 4 with 21.3 seconds remaining in regulation.
Now Utah would love to get a 3-pointer here, but they're just looking for a basket.
Hornacek curls out. He's guarded by Leonard. Kicks it back out to Stockton for 3. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
And the pressure applied now in the backcourt. Foul Shannon Anderson on Hardaway.
Now, the reason I said that, the reason they wanted a 3, because now if you foul, which they had to do, And if they make 2, they can still tie the game. If they had just gone for 2 and they fouled and they made 2, then they would have been out of the game. Big shot by John Stockton. How is he left open once again? My, still a tough shot.
Tim Hardaway at the line, 3 of 3 tonight. Think about Stockton's contribution. His team down by 11 in the second quarter. He hits a 3. At the end of the half, he hit a 3. He has hit 2 threes in the last minute of play. He's 4 for 4 from three-point range tonight.
He's uncanny. He's uncanny with that. That's a miss. Well, you can
rebound Utah. Brian Russell. Time Utah 13.5. Lead Miami, but it's a deuce. Utah trails by 2, 13.5 remaining, and they have a 20-second timeout remaining. What do you expect?
Well, you expect the ball to be put in John Stockton's hands. You figure pick and roll with Karl Malone or going straight down to the post with Karl Malone. The 2 guys you should watch, obviously Stockton and then Jeff Hornacek, because someone's going to have to help. What Pat Riley has been doing is trapping whenever Stockton gets the ball. It'd be interesting if he'll do it now.
Brian Russell will inbound. And here comes Stockton clean. Guarded by Hardaway. Penetrates, they kick it out to Malone, takes a long jumper. No! And Vashawn Leonard with the rebound. Is that the play they wanted?
No, you know what they wanted was a pick and roll, and John Stockton elected to go away from it, and that's just a fill-in from a point guard. He felt that he was filling it and he wanted to take the shot. You can see the play is set up for John Stockton to get it, for Karl Malone. You'll see him walk over. This is a pick and roll play. Stockton elects, I'm filling it, I want to shoot it. He didn't get the shot, so he had to throw it out to Malone. Malone shot the ball too quickly. He did not need to take that shot.
At the other end, after he got the rebound and was fouled, Vashawn Leonard.
Wow. You can't give Utah too many opportunities.
Rebound and a 20-second timeout called after Malone gets it. 2.2 left.
My goodness. Find John Stockton wherever he's at. You remember the play before halftime. Stockton caught the ball all the way at half court and scored. Now, the one thing here is Utah didn't have a full timeout. They had a 20, so they cannot advance the ball, and that is huge.
Vashawn Leonard with 2 missed free throws. And 2.2 remaining. Huge night for Leonard until that moment.
Yeah, and in most cases here, you would expect Karl Malone to take the ball out. But I don't know if you want to do that, because I think they would love to just throw it all the way down to Malone. So Brian Russell will be the guy who will take it out.
2.2 in regulation. Hornacek, Stockton, air ball.
Wow. Oh,
this one's over.
That's a great game. That is a terrific basketball game.
The Utah Jazz lose at home for the 5th time this year. First time since January. And Pat Riley wins against the Utah Jazz for the first time since he moved to Miami. Let's go to Scott Hastings.
Well, we got Alonzo. Alonzo said he got to get his man right here, Timmy Hardaway. You big basket down the stretch. He hit a big basket. Your assist. That was a tough game. That's 48 minutes.
Yeah. We've been. It was a dogfight the whole game. You know, we knew that they were going to make a run, and we had to sustain the momentum and try to keep the lead. And we made plays down the stretch. You know, that's a sign of maturity. We're maturing as a ball club and making those plays down the stretch.
We talked before the game, every time you and Stockton kind of get together, this thing gets a little wild. How did you play it? How did he play it? And did it surprise you?
I think both guards played well enough to get the win. You know, my team made better plays at the offensive end. We didn't turn the ball over. We made shots. His team turned the ball over. That's how we got the big lead. And they didn't make shots when it counted until, you know, last 5 minutes of the ball game. But we sustained their drive, and, you know, that's a sign of a good team in a home court like this with Utah.
You guys have had a lot of changes, a lot of injuries. Does this send a statement to the league that you guys can fight through those things?
Yes, it does. It sent a statement that, you know, coming in here in Utah, you know, and playing well where other teams, you know, played well but didn't get the W. We got the W, and, you know, that's a sign of a good team. It's send a message that we're growing and we're maturing as a team.
Alonzo, you got Karl Malone out there. These two teams could meet again, and it could be in the NBA Finals. This is as physical as a regular season game as I've ever seen. You think you guys might meet each other again?
Without a doubt, it's a strong possibility. Both teams are playing extremely well. We just got to pretty much keep working hard, you know, and gradually things are going to fall into place for us. We're a team that has dealt with adversity pretty well this year. And last year, you know, with the injuries and everything, you know, if guys can pretty much hold the fort and keep working hard, good things are going to happen for us. And just got to keep praying, man. Just got to keep praying. I hope nobody else gets hurt.
You know, when I was playing, I never got on the floor with you because you're awful big. I'm glad I did.
I remember playing against you. I remember you using up all 6 of your fouls.
That's right.
So your next NBA action will be next week when the Minnesota Timberwolves face the Charlotte Hornets. That's next Friday at 5 o'clock on Sky Sports 3. That's all for now. We'll see you next time.
Sky's NBA coverage is sponsored by Champion USA, official uniform suppliers to the NBA.
Their effort. They need a 3 to tie and send it to overtime. Ellie, Maxwell, Smith, Cassell, and Bullard. How about this? Olajuwon not in. All 5 of these players are three-point experts.
How about that? Well, Rudy T is doing what he thinks, and I would agree with him. 2 points at the basket is no good. They must have a three-point shot.
Here we go. Bullard looking, finds Maxwell. The 3 in the air. Oh, my gosh! Oh, my goodness! He's tied it. We're going to go to overtime. An impossible, implausible, incredible three-point play by Vernon Maxwell.